That's just sports, baby.
Crowd goes wild. Strawberry ice, bringing fire and style. Reds, Bengals, Bearcats, all in my zone. This is my stage, my mic, my throne. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's line is kicking down the door. Step into the ring where the passion ignites. Talking sports all day and all night. From the field to the court to the roaring stands. Strawberry ice with the world in my hands. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's line is kicking down the door.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Turnipole, and as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave, and the Ice Cave is sponsored by Priority Lawn and Landscaping. You got that grass that needs to be cut. You got that paper patio you want to do. You got that landscaping project you want to get done. I don't know, bushes trimmed. Anything, and I mean anything, lawn and landscaping required. Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Actually, you know what? Don't think it. Call them at 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. You can also follow them on Facebook. I always recommend that so you can see some of the jobs they have done. And if you message Johnny on Facebook or you give him a call, tell me you heard about him from Sports with Strawberry Ice. We are getting closer and closer. Thursday. So I got a show tonight, a show tomorrow, and then no show Thursday because I will be hopefully not hurting myself at the 35th Annual Celebrity Softball Classic, July 17th at the Florence Y'all's Baseball Stadium. Get your tickets at Celebrity Softball Classic. If anybody wants the address, look up the Florence Y'all's address because that's where it is, right over there in Florence, right across from the water tower. It's going to be an awesome time. I'll be there. Bengals Captain will be there. Don't know how much playing time I'll get. Either way, it's going to be fun. Stick around. Afterwards, got a drone show. All kinds of fun stuff's going to be happening there. What is up to everybody in the chat? We got Stranger in there. We got Brad in there. And we got Lindsay. What is going on, everybody? All right. So we are at the All-Star break. All-Star games tonight. Home Run Derby was last night. Question for you guys. Did you watch, first of all? Second of all, is there anything that you would change? And if you listen to Cincy 316, Rote Austin was running solo, and he was talking about the Home Run Derby and things that he would change about it. I'm over the clock. Honestly, I'm okay if they don't have a certain amount of baseballs to hit. I think that's okay, or do 10 outs. But the clock is getting old because I want to be able to have time to see where the balls go once they hit them. And it's like one or after the other. And the guys are getting wore out. I would rather them – I don't want to take 3 hours, but it's – July, baseball all-star break. There's nothing going on. Training camp hadn't started. Where are you guys? What else are you going to watch if you're a baseball fan or sports fan in general? So hang out there and watch the Home Run Derby. That's just a couple of tweaks I would do. I don't know if you guys got any thoughts on that. I mean, like I said, to me, the best one ever, I call it the all-steroids Home Run Derby. And that was the one in Milwaukee in 2002 when they were hitting them off the slides, hitting them off the roof. And it was unbelievable. I think we need to go back to that, but I think we need to go and at least change it up a little bit. Bengals training camp is starting here very, very soon. Shemar Stewart, all this stuff, all this talk, it's driving me nuts. Yes, he went back to Texas A&M and he's working out. He lives in Texas. No big deal. He's going there working out, getting ready for the season. Awesome. Trey's here in Cincinnati, working out, getting ready for the season. They're going to play for the Bengals at some point. I just don't know when. Shemar Stewart's not going back to the NFL draft. I've said that over and over and over again. It's crazy. Anyway, there's some stuff to talk about. Let's get into this with my co-host. And you've got to hear his story, which we didn't get to last week, about him driving to Florida and what happened to his car. But let's bring him in first before we get to that. He's no other than Joe Schmo Farsi. What's up, Joe?
Bringing out all the fanfare for me. What's up, dude?
I like it. What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, 2002 home run derby was crap. Who was in that? Giambi won that. Beat Sammy Sosa in the final round. There was Lord, who else was in that? Barry Bonds was in that. Berkman. So yeah, you had all the juiced out dudes. Which
Yeah.
yes, just I talked about this off. I talked about this off air. What they need to do is bring in the biggest like yoked guys. Again, I don't care if they're all stars. Like Aaron Judge, absolutely. Like that guy's probably Aaron Judge and O'Neal Cruz are probably the two most powerful hitters in the game, along with Giancarlo Stanton. Anybody who can hit a ball, give them a 1980s era Easton aluminum bat, and let them hit bombs about 650 feet, about 150 miles an hour coming off the bat. Like that's what I want to see. Don't put a player and don't put a pitcher out there because you're gonna get killed. They're gonna hit the ball through the L screen. Put a pitching machine, calibrate it. I'm sure they've got effective pitching machines, and just let them go to town. Again, screw that. I understand like why they had the timers and all that stuff because it was going to rain in 2015 when it was here in Cincinnati, and they tried to find a way to make it go faster, and people liked it. Well, switch it up. Like people are kind of done with that. Find something else. There's not a lot of tradition. Like so, do whatever the hell you want. Have fun with it.
I know somebody. I think Austin brought this up on Cincy 360 again. He talked about having a skills competition. Where you throw the ball at targets or whatever. I don't want that now. I'm old. It's not that I don't think it'd be interesting. I just remember Barry Larkin hurt his elbow in the '89 All-Star game, and it was out for the rest of the year because of that exact skill session. That's the reason they don't do that anymore. So I don't want doing that. The home run derby is cool. Just stick with the home run derby. I'm so happy that they're going back. They're going to wear their team's uniforms because I always thought that was one unique thing that baseball can do. I understand why NFL, NHL, NBA, all of them can't do it.
Well, I mean, NBA did do that for a lot. NBA has done that, and they keep going back and forth. But I think it looks better when you wear when you're sporting your own colors.
Your team, your own team. Yeah. You're representing. I want to see the guys for my team. I want to see Ellie wearing a Reds uniform. I want to see Abbott out there pitching in a Reds uniform. I don't want them wearing. And these All-Star uniforms are just god awful.
Most of them are silly.
Yeah, most of them are just. Oh my. Did you just take a whole bunch of paint and throw it on the wall? Hey, yeah, that looks good. Let's make a uniform out of that.
The amount of money that these design firms like make and get paid, and you look at them like this is the best you can do. Right. This looks like something that a 12-year-old did with clip art.
Yeah, I got some of that stuff in the drawer somewhere when my kids drew when they were littler.
Right, exactly.
Lindsay wants to know. I talked about this a little bit. So Shemar Stewart went back to Texas A&M. Dude, the Bengals sent their money back for that. And he didn't. He just went back to.
And they haven't spent any money on him.
They haven't spent any money on him. He hasn't signed a contract yet. He just went back there to work out. That's all it is. He lives in Texas. He's there to work out. So everybody.
He's got access to a field. He's got access to all the weight room and all that crap.
I've said this a million times. He would lose so much money. I mean, he's worried about losing the guaranteed money. He would lose more money if he goes back. Somebody came back because Jamar Chase sat out a whole year. Shemar Stewart's not Jamar Chase. Actually, Richard Skinner said that to me. It kind of caught me off guard with that. And the more I thought about it, Shemar Stewart is not Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase was an unbelievable college, can't miss football player and a once-in-a-generation wide receiver, as we've come to find out. Hopefully, Shemar Stewart is that, but he's going to get drafted. If he goes back to the draft, he might be a second rounder. I mean, anyway, he's not going back to the draft. It's not happening. It makes absolutely no sense. There's no way that's happening. That would be his agent. Look, is doing him a disservice. Mo Egger said this the other day. They need to get a common sense thunderbolt or something to hit either the Bengals or Shemar Stewart's side. Just get this together because Shemar Stewart missing time is not benefiting him. It sure as hell is not benefiting the Bengals. It's not benefiting anybody. Shemar needs to get in here at training camp and practice and get to prove that he is better than his 4 sacks he had in college. He wants to prove that. Well, sitting out of training camp is not going to help you do that. So this is not helping anybody. And just sign the stupid thing. Just sign it with the words in it, with the words. I don't care. Just sign. This is getting old.
Right. I mean, just figure something out. Sign it with the damn language in, and the Bengals give something up. Like they give them an extra suite, for family or something. Like this is, and again, like it's. I would put 55% of it on Shemar Stewart and his representatives. But
his agent
obviously the Bengals.
Baby Gronk is who his agent represents.
Yeah. And I mean, but you can't give the Bengals any pass because they're the Bengals. They can't figure out that how to pay Trey Henderson when they have over $30 million. Yeah. When they have over $30 million in cap space and they just don't want to guarantee money because he's older. Just figure it out. I don't care.
Yeah.
They don't, Bengals or the owners don't care if they have the 46 best players dressed. They want the 46 guys that have agreed to their terms on a contract.
I mean, the thing is, like, the more I found out about this, the more it's like, okay, if he gets a DUI or if he gets suspended for something or something like that, just don't do anything stupid, which you shouldn't as a rookie anyway. When dude is playing games at the advice of his agent and missing the chance of a lifetime to play with someone as great as Burrow. Playing with Burrow is a once-a-lifetime opportunity. I agree with you.
Esther, as always, you are correct.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's just crazy, dude. I'm holding out hope. I mean, like I said, I could see this the night before that the rookies are supposed to report, I think, Sunday, the 20th. I think that's when they're supposed to report. I can see Shemar signing the day before the official start of training, the official start, signing that.
Right.
I mean, the Bengals have done this a million times. Trey came out with the cryptic Instagram yesterday where he's playing Christian music, which is a pretty cool song. But I'm like, does this mean he's going to sign? I'm like, I don't know. And people are like, oh, it's a cryptic message. I go back to this. So everybody thought T. Higgins was totally upset with the Bengals man, which maybe he was at the time. I don't know. Or they said they were in talks with him, and he tweeted that the cap, like that's not true or whatever that. I don't totally know Twitter slang, but he did that, and lo and behold, a month later he was signed. So
yeah. Well, and it's not as if like Trey hates the Bengals.
No.
As as an organization, he's frustrated. Like he's gonna get paid. Like whether the Bengals dick around and don't pay him this year, someone's gonna pay him next year.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think it's just I thought he's just frustrated. But again, then go. If you're that frustrated, just tell your agent to just sign something. Okay, I want to get something guaranteed, the most guaranteed you can get, and deal with it next year, and we're out the door.
I'm with you.
And yeah, Tony, like just get it over with. Like just figure it out. I don't care. It's I mean this time of the year takes so long to get through because there's so much dead time. I mean, you have 3 months of like free agency takes about 2 days for it to be over and done with. So from the end of the Super Bowl until the draft, you have 3 months of nothing but talk. Then from the draft until training camp, you have 3 months of nothing but talk. And it's like just to quote Monty Python and the Holy Grail, get on with it. Get on with it.
Exactly. Ogster's in there. Mike Madden. Oh, where'd he go? Come back up here. Oh, I'm not you stupid mouse. There you go. Mike Madden. Who was the D tackle the Bengals brought in for a workout? I don't know. I missed that one.
Kion Bars. He was undrafted free agent last year. Let's see. He was 6'2", 290-pounder. Joined the Titans after the draft. Spent training camp with the Seahawks, and was a practice squad in the taxi squad for Seahawks apparently last year. Just a depth guy. I mean, went undrafted last year, didn't see any time. And listen, like I throw more bodies at it. I've got no problem. There's more people going after those last couple roster spots. I mean, bring out the best competition and get the best guy. Maybe somebody pops.
Yeah,
but this isn't somebody who's going to all of a sudden be Geno Atkins or something like that. So
no, he'll be a depth guy if he even makes the roster. I want to break this down here a little bit with the offensive line and the defensive line. I'll ask you this question. Which line, you got to pick one of them, are you more confident in? Are you more confident in the defensive line or you're more confident in the offensive line going into training camp? I can see the smoke.
I think the offensive line, it's not a matter of confidence. It's a matter of you kind of know where you're going to be with it. I think we're hoping and assuming that Dylan Fairchild is going to be starting at one of the guard spots. Then there's the God. It's going to sound really bad, but go back to I don't know if you remember the old South Park thing, where it's Jimmy and Timmy fighting. It's a cripple fight. That's pretty much what we're going to be dealing with the other guard spot with. Luke, was it Lucas Patrick?
Lucas Patrick, Cody Ford, Kirkland.
Jackson Kirkland. Cordell Volson is still around there.
Rivers we just drafted.
Yeah, you still have Rivers, who like fine. Like I like Rivers. I think he's got potential, but he's a year away from, being able to take any. This is a guy who's a later round pick. Like I don't like counting on later round rookies. That's how you get Cordell Volson.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that I'll put it, so you're more confident in the offensive line than you are the defensive line.
I'm more.
Think we have a better shot being okay there than there's more.
Well,
there's less. I put this in, less questions on the offensive line than the defensive line.
I think it's more you have a better idea what you have on the offensive line. The defensive line, I don't know. I mean, if you get Trey in and God forbid get Shemar Stewart in there and let him work his It's again that's the best I could come up with. But if you can get Shemar Stewart in and get him so that he can take meaningful reps, you have Miles Murphy not having to worry about Lou Anarumo. I think the defensive line can be better if you're ranking them 1 to 32 compared to the rest of the teams. I think defensive line has a higher ceiling, but I think you have a better idea of where the offensive line will be. Now that's only mid-20s in terms of position groups, but what that is. The defensive line could be decent. It could be middle of the pack, but it also could be terrible, and they can get no pressure. And Al Golden has to set up all these blitzes and exotic things that are going to leave the secondary out on an island, and that's not a great thing when you don't have a legit shutdown corner. So,
yeah, I think I think both of them, the offensive and defense line, can be middle of the pack, hopefully better than that. I don't say more confident, but there are more stable players on the offensive line to me that you can count on than the defensive line. We know Orlando Brown, he's a Pro Bowl guy. I think he's going to have a Pro Bowl season this year. Mims, we saw what he can do last year. I think he takes the next jump. And then, of course, you got Ted. Ted's Ted. He's just an anchor.
He's solid. I mean, he's what you – I mean, he's –
yeah.
He's unspectacular, but he's also not the he's not a problem. Could you have better production? Great, yeah, sure, but you can have a hell of a lot worse production. We had that. We had Trey Hopkins,
and hopefully
Russ Bodine,
and hopefully he's not gonna have to put up fires as much as he did last year. Which I'm pretty confident Fairchild. I think I'm not gonna say he's gonna be an All Pro. He's gonna be good. Be good left guard. Right guard is the one where I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping they. I mean, you got another guy we didn't mention is Lee. I always forget his first name from Matt Lee. Thank you. He's another guy that they could try at right guard, which I don't know. What I'm hoping they don't do is just have it between Cody Ford and Scott. I forget his name. The guy we have
Lucas Patrick.
Lucas Patrick. Why I got Scott? Lucas Patrick.
Scott Peters is the coach.
Yeah, Scott Peters is the coach, and Lucas Patrick is the guard. I think it's gonna be Lucas Patrick as long as he's healthy, because they signed him. But I hope they give some of these young guys, Kirkland. I mean, he's undrafted free agent, but they've brought him back, see what he's got. Lee, who he was once Mims became our starting right tackle. Lee was our first guy off the bench if you had an extra lineman, so he played out there. Yeah. So he's got experience that way goes. So I would like to try to see if they get some of these young guys that I think have talent and maybe get it out of them. I would love Rivers to get it because I think he's huge. And I not think he is huge and he's athletic, but it scares me having two rookies. So for me, the offensive line, you basically have one spot that you don't know what's going to be. On defensive line, We got to see what we got. We don't even when we get Shemar Stewart in there, we don't exactly know what we have from him. We don't know if he's an immediate impact player. We need him to be, but we've needed Miles Murphy to be that. We've needed Joseph Osai to be that, and that hasn't happened. So those are to me, those are question marks. We have guys that have talent. We don't have guys that have really done it consistently enough. I think they can. The offensive line, we have more guys I think that have done it consistently. So I'm more confident, I guess, in the offensive line than the defensive line. Not that either one of them are going to be awful. I think they're both going to be fine, not great, but I think they're going to be. I think they'll be fine. I think, and like I said, we have Joe Burrow, Ja'Marr Chase, T. Higgins, and then Chase Brown. I think I'm going to keep banging this drum. I think he's going to have a breakout year this year. So
I don't, and that's not a knock on him. I think he's going to be as productive. I think he might even be more efficient than he was last year. But I really think that Taj got
Taj Brooks.
I always want to say Taj Boyd, and that was the old quarterback at Clemson, I think. Taj Boyd.
Yeah.
I really think he's going to make a big impact, and they're going to have a nice pairing there because Brooks, like he's a legitimate dude. I mean, watched him last couple of years, watching the Bearcats play him.
Yeah, we watched that game. Wait, no, we didn't. Well, I watched on TV. That wasn't one we went to. But anyway, I hope they give him a chance because
he will. He absolutely
I know
will.
they like Samaje, which I love Samaje, but I hope Brooks gets some playing time. I think it's gonna be more of a second half into the season before he really starts getting more carries. But yeah, I'm with you. But the way Chase Brown toted the rock last year, running the ball and catching the ball, if he just adds on to that a little bit, I mean, you're talking like a 1,500-yard season. So
yeah, I mean, he was on a pace for like over the last, I think it was over the last half of the season. He was on like a 1,900-yard all-purpose yard pace or something silly like that. But yeah, I mean, you brought up Samaje Perine, and don't be surprised if he doesn't make the 53. I almost because they still have Zach Moss.
Well, I don't know about Zach because he took an injury settlement, but is his neck completely healed?
Supposedly.
Yeah, well, we'll see. That's what
I think one of those guys, because they'll probably keep some undrafted guys on the practice squad. One of those guys isn't making the roster. And
how many running backs you think they're keeping? You usually only keep like 3. You think they're?
I think 3.
Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah. If you're going I'm not sure about Zach Moss. So Brooks is going to be on there. I think Brooks and Brown
absolutely. Yeah.
So the third one comes down to either Samaje or Zach Moss. So yeah, you could if you look at that way, they're only keep 3, which I think they're only going to keep 3. Yeah, that could be what happens. It comes down to those two. It just depends on. I know they really like Samaje and his pass blocking. That is one thing that has kept him in this league. He's very good at that. Yeah. So we'll see.
But that's if you want to back for pass blocking, then bring in a fullback.
Yeah, they don't. That position doesn't exist anymore.
It's making a comeback. It's making a comeback. But my thing is I like Perine, but he's not a great or efficient running the ball, and like he's decent catching the ball out of the backfield, but he's primarily there to be on third downs and everything. Well, then get a fullback. Teams are going back to a fullback. I don't know. I'm not saying anything about that, but
we don't have one on our roster. So
right, no, I know they use Drew Sample as a H back, or as a fullback on third downs, out of the thing. And Jeremy, they need a bigger back for those close fourth. That's Taj Brooks. Taj Brooks is a big solid dude.
Yeah,
he's 220, 230, but he's a big boy.
I was very happy when they got Taj Brooks. That excited me because I saw him kick the Bearcats' ass. Dusty here. My keys to this year might sound crazy. Is the performance of the secondary. Al Golden's defense leaves corners on an island because he blitzes a lot. If they can't hold up, can't run his system. I'm not worried about our corners. I'm with you with the safeties. We'll see what happens there. I'm pretty bullish on our corners. I think as long as Dax Hill comes back I still for
Stranger has
Brooks.
it right.
Yeah,
Brooks can pass protect, and he's 5'10", 230. That's a beefy, solid dude. He gets tough yards.
right.
So yeah, I
Yeah, I mean, Stranger was also on Brooks. He was also on Knight too. He liked him too.
yeah, but he's still unsigned.
Oh yeah, I know we got to get both.
There's a lot of second rounders unsigned, which is kind of weird. I think they're just
Yeah.
waiting for camp so they don't have to worry about any of the like the guarantees and crap like that. So you don't have to worry about like getting injured before camp.
Lawrence, after last year's performance on defense, you better be concerned about the front lines. That's to me. That's I agree with that. That's why they brought Al Golden in, to develop these guys. That's what Al Golden is in here for, is to develop these first and second round picks that we got and get something out of them. So yes, I like I said, I'm not saying I'm not concerned about it. I think they're going to be better. But I keep going back to this. When we went on the 5-game winning streak, our defense was better. Still not great, but it played a lot better than it was.
I think they played much better as a unit. Like it was like that they seemed to understand what was asked of them. Yeah, they were still struggling to tackle, but I think it was more of guys weren't in the wrong spots because Lou simplified things because he was trying to run the 700 level course, like that that you could run with certain guys that just aren't there anymore. Basically, it comes down to having an all-pro safety that just simplifies everything on pass defense, run defense. And when Jesse Bates walked out the door, you have to adjust. You don't have that guy. You have to make things, I don't say easier. It's not like you've got to dumb these guys down. These guys have all been playing football, studying football for years and years and years. But like everyone talked about how complex his defense was. And if you have guys that are struggling with it or just don't have the talent to be able to handle all that, you know what I mean? Like, it took him too long to adjust to that.
Yeah. So get back to the offensive line.
I'd say yay Canadian from my good buddy Joey.
Oh.
Go Commanders. I like the Commanders. Like that, they're not my NFC team, but I like Jaden Daniels. So Joey always got you back there.
All right. So how much? I said I have confidence in the offensive line, but we are going to be relying on a rookie left guard and a second-year right tackle. How much pressure do you think is on Mims and Fairchild to perform? Because they need them to perform. If they don't, we're going to be in big trouble. What's your thoughts on relying on a rookie at left guard who can really wrestle, and Mims in the second year?
I don't think the pressure is any more on them than anybody else. There's pressure on Orlando Brown to stay in the lineup,
stay healthy. Yeah,
he's struggled with health. There's pressure on Ted Karras because he's aging. Like, he's an older player, and like you don't get better with age, you get smarter with age. So it's so you can have another year being able to stave off father time. The most pressure is on Scott Peters.
Yeah,
like.
Well,
he got brought
first
into,
line go, yes. First offensive line go, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't necessarily think it's on, again, Dylan Fairchild's a rookie. I mean, they have plenty of, like, they're not good, but they have guards to throw in there if he struggles.
I don't want to see. Like I said, I liked what Orlando Brown said when he was on my show a couple weeks ago. He's very excited with the new techniques and the stuff that Peters is teaching. He said, we got some stuff for you. And he wouldn't elaborate any more than that, but I didn't even really pull it out of him. It's something that he, graciously just said. So that gets me excited. Now, he's not going to sit there and go, Peters, all of this is going to be terrible, but he was excited about stuff that he's learning, and new techniques or new ways that they're going to do that he's actually excited about. It wasn't fluff. I don't think he was just saying it just to make us feel better about the offensive line. I think he actually believes that this is helping, and they're going.
I think he's tired. I think he got tired of eating glass, and he wants to just have a more well-rounded, diet, and stop having shit in his neck, because that's pretty fucking gross.
Exactly.
So I think that's why he's very excited.
Dustin, we'll see what Fairchild has made up week 1. Mason Graham, Myles Garrett, welcome to the NFL. Yeah,
Here's the test right here. Myles Garrett, because he lines up everywhere. He's going to be doing twists. He's going to be doing, loops. That's what Cordell Volson looked absolutely clueless on. Anytime he had to switch off with,
that's the stuff that Ted hopefully won't have to clean up this year.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it was a lot of it was on stunts and everything where he's switching off to the tackle, and he couldn't get over there in time. He was so slow that I don't know if it was his footwork. I don't know offensive line play enough to know what the issue was, but he was god awful. So yeah, we'll see pretty quickly how. I mean, just simple. Again, these simple things. These aren't even like crazy techniques like that Myles Garrett, like with his strength and speed combination, like that's going to be a problem for anybody. Can he just do the basic stuff with just picking up guys and that are looping or that type stuff?
Right. And the thing is, I keep going back to that MMA wrestling video that Fairchild had. He looked pretty damn quick on his feet. So that right there. Once I saw that, I'm going, ooh, and it's wrestling, but those quick feet and that quick move translates to offensive line.
Well, I mean, the strikes. I mean, that's why Scott Peters with his jiu-jitsu and all of his MMA. Again, it's all about striking and countering. It's very similar.
Leverage.
Yeah, you're not out there putting chokeholds on guys like that or trying to get them to tap out. But using leverage and using
if they hit Burrow late, maybe Fairchild will go out and choke somebody out. Maybe someone stand up if Burrow gets hit late. Sorry, guys.
Exactly. To save his players, let him be the one to tap out TJ.
The thing is, Dustin brings up Myles Garrett. You still got TJ Watt. I mean, it doesn't get any. And it's the AFC, and then you got the Ravens, who they always find somebody. It's every week. I mean, it's gonna be right off the bat, and which is we'll find out what he's got. So I I just want to figure out who's going to be the right guard, and I'm hoping. Like I said, I hope eventually it's Rivers, because I just really like the tape I've seen on him. Not that I'm any offensive line guru whatsoever, but he's huge, and it looks like he's fast. He can play guard in there, and if you have him as big as he is next to Mims, that part right there just excites me. Jeremy says, "Surprise Strickland." I'm not saying that it won't be. I mean, they like him. I have no idea. I mean, I wanted to at least give Strickland and Lee a shot, and let's see what they can do, because I want the best. I don't care who it is. I want the best guys out there, whoever it is. And people are going to hate this. If it's Cody Ford, then it's Cody Ford. If he's the best one out there, we have our team.
If Cody Ford is getting starts because he's the best out there, and not just because of injuries, this team is screwed. I like Cody Ford. He's a guy that he's the type of guy you want. He goes out there and plays his ass off and will play any position. You can tell him to line up at center, and he's going to go there and he's going to play center, and he's going to do his best. His best just isn't good enough to start in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he impressed me last year with the way he played at guard at every game last year, because I don't remember him making any big mistakes. So, I mean, guys, the older they get, sometimes they improve. Sometimes it's the system. I mean, who knows? Like I said, my point was, I don't care who it is. I just want the best guy out there, whoever that is.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Augie, my boy. Hey, Joe or Ice, is Shemar contract issues a dollar and cents thing, or fine print issues like field conduct clause? It's the fine print stuff. It ain't the money, because the money's lined up. It's slotted. There's no negotiating. It's slotted where he gets. It's the stupid wording of if he gets a DUI, or if he gets hurt, or if he gets a penalty, or something stupid where he gets in trouble and does something bad to hurt himself or the team, that the Bengals can get rid of all his guaranteed money, which is, as far as I know, that's the wording in the contract. And like I said, at this point, I just freaking sign. It's not helping.
I would love for in the next CBA that, at least for rookie contracts, that they can just put uniform languages in all the contracts. So it's boilerplate. You just, whatever the slot for pick, for the 17th pick in the second round, or the first, whatever, that's what you sign. You pay the guy like there. So there's none of this crap. It's, and again, the Bengals are the worst for this, because they don't want to, nor will they give an inch, where other teams are like, let's just get the guy in the building. We'll meet him halfway, or we'll give on this, that, they'll give a little bit on this. And then the Bengals are like, nope, screw that. But
they kind of did that before, because if you remember, they used to always have first round holdouts. The Bengals, I mean, Levi.
Well, yeah, but that was also like the NFL changed the contracts and stuff
Right,
too,
so
to where
they did.
it was more
Right.
uniform. That got rid of like pretty much all holdouts until the last handful of years when guaranteed money started becoming more and more of an issue.
Yeah, until they started doing this crap.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here as we both take a drink.
My dog's trying to climb on my desk because he wants food and no one's feeding him.
So you should go feed your dog. Dustin, it'll be fun to keep an eye on all the young talent this year, how they develop. I know we love all the Super Bowl roster players, but some of them guys are getting old fast, like Logan Wilson. I honestly think Logan Wilson's going to have a bounce back year this year, my opinion, because he got his, got his coach back. He's got because when Al Golden was here, Logan Wilson had his best year. He won't have to make up for what Pratt was unable to do last year. He's going to have Knight next to him, who's faster, younger. So I think there's going to be less stuff that Logan is going to have to try to compensate for. So I think Logan's going to have a bounce back year. Go ahead, Joe.
My thought on linebackers: you draft them, they play out their rookie contract, you replace them, and you draft their replacements. It's a position to where you can get old fast, and teams, because like someone like Jermaine Pratt like made plays, like he missed a lot of tackles, but he's someone who would punch the ball out, or someone who'd who'd get an interception that would kind of mask people's perception of where their talent actually lies anymore. Let them play the first 4 years. By the time they're 25, go replace them with guys that are young and fast. And I'm being a little exaggerating a little bit, but like maybe your best ones. I mean, pay your best ones. You want to keep your best players in house, but linebackers, while they're not interchangeable, like they drop off fast. Like they can have injuries, and then like they're going to lose a step, and that helped, and that hurts them against the run and the pass.
And they drafted two this year, so I mean,
exactly. Demetrius Knight,
if Logan Wilson does drop off, if Logan Wilson does drop off, Barrett Carter, which I like Barrett Carter, he's going to get some playing time. So I mean, if Logan Wilson does drop off, then they've got his replacement. So, well, I don't know if Logan. I think Logan Wilson's going to bounce back because I think he's not going to have as much to do this year. But hey,
he had a decent year last year anyway. It's not like he was bad.
That's Pratt was the one that had. And like I said, Pratt made plays. He just missed too many tackles. That was the biggest thing. And I keep saying
he was slow.
Well, I kept
in the wrong position, and that's what hurt him for tackles.
I kept saying this all last year. We got no pressure on the quarterback on Trey Henderson. If we can get more pressure on the quarterback consistently, it's going to help everything on the secondary. That's to me, that's the key to this whole thing. And and I keep talking about this as an underrated signing. TJ Slayton. Not that he's going to be a pass rusher or anything. Run defense is going to get better just because of him. And when for the pass, he's going to take two guys on. That's going to leave somebody a path. They're going to be able to loop around, do something around his big ass, and go get that quarterback with these blitzes and stunts that Al's going to work. So again, he's not a pass rusher, but I think he's going to help the pass rush in how big he is and how many double teams he takes on. Because we didn't have a nose tackle last year. We literally did not have one. I mean, walk out the door and didn't get one.
Yeah. I don't know how much TJ Slayton is actually going to be out there on obvious passing downs. I mean, that's not his game. He is not a good pass rusher. But I mean, he's going to be out there. I mean,
first, second down if you want to do a blitz, you can.
Neutral downs. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, also we forget. I mean, they still have Chris Jenkins and they still have McKinley Jackson, and while those guys, McKinley Jackson doesn't have a high ceiling, I think he has a floor of being TJ Slayton's replacement in 2 years. I'd like to see Chris Jenkins actually show something rushing the passer, because he's a smaller. He's built like a 3 technique, but he doesn't get to the quarterback like a 3 technique. So we'll see. But I mean, there are guys. There's guys that they drafted. Let's see how they develop.
Morpheus, or was it? Am I saying that right? Morbius?
MVP Rose season? MVP Pride? I don't know.
He's going to the commissioner's office meeting with Thursday. I'm not. I'm playing softball.
I'm probably drinking somewhere.
Probably. We haven't got to your freaking story yet. Let me get through this real quick. We'll get to your story. I'm a cold-hearted roster builder. I would be so picky on who I extend. Like, what are the chances Sauce lives up to his contract. He struggled since his rookie year. Are you talking about Sauce Gardner? Sauce Gardner was on Pro Bowl last year. He didn't struggle.
Yeah, Sauce Gardner, like his rookie season was amazing, but he's still like, I'm looking at PFF and he's, overall grade was 46th out of 222 cornerbacks. Pass rush grade was 13th, like his coverage grade 33rd out of 222 quarterback. But like, no, he's still a damn fine quarterback or cornerback. And yeah, no, dude just got absolutely paid. I think he's like 86 million guaranteed. Good on him. Yeah. I'm gonna stand for every single Bearcat. You do not speak ill of Ahmad Sauce Gardner.
Exactly. Damn it, take that, Dustin.
End of story. But no, I mean, and I understand it, but like I understand his point. But Bengals have been too picky on who they extend.
Right.
Like risk money. Scared money's broke money.
They should have paid. Well, just said this a million times. Should have paid Jesse Bates. If they still had Jesse Bates, it'd be huge. I mean, there are guys that they've let go that they should have paid. So and that's where
DJ Reader was defensible, but given where their offense, or given where their defense was, and their lack of self scouting to realize what was left, they shouldn't have let him leave.
They had nobody to replace him with.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like the lack of self-scouting, I think, is what kills the Bengals. Like full stop. Their inability to be able to have a conversation with themselves and realize where the 46 guys like, and he's the highest paid corner because he's the latest top corner to get paid. Yeah.
You took the words out of my mouth. That's what I was going to say. That's
like somebody's like, I don't know who, Pat Surtain Jr. is going to get paid.
Everybody's going to
pay more somewhere.
Right. The next time the quarterback with the highest grade comes up for getting paid is going to pass him. That's what that is. It has nothing to do with the highest paid. Come on, Dustin. Come on, do better than that.
He's legit shut down number one cornerback whose time it was for a contract extension. So that's why he's the highest paid.
Yeah.
And by next year he'll be the 10th.
Jamar Chase is going to get passed over as the highest paid non-quarterback here, probably. And so, that's
when Parsons or TJ Watt get extended.
So, it's the way
I'm happy to see these guys get money. I do not want Mike Brown. I don't want Jimmy Haslam. I don't want whoever the hell owns the Hunt family. I don't want any of those guys collecting a penny. I want all that money to go to the players. I want everyone to be the highest paid player at every single position. Pay the players.
Exactly. We're getting some quarterback talk here. I'll pop them up here real quick. Mike Madden says, I'm tired of experts rating Josh Allen over Joe. And
who cares?
Says, this is the time of season to talk about it.
Right. Exactly.
Hunter says, what do you think of the Eagles fans trying to put Hurts above Burrow? Well, the thing is, he won a Super Bowl, so he's been the two Super. Hurts been 2 Super Bowls, right? Yeah, 2 Super Bowls. Joe's been the 1. So
he's a really good quarterback. Full stop. That's all that matters.
And Josh Allen is a good quarterback. He won the MVP last year, so that's why they would rank him above it. I personally think that they're better than Joe. Absolutely not. Just go look at Joe's individual numbers last year and his passer rating, and that'll tell you all you need right there.
Well, and look at the like what they're asked to do. Again, I think you take the top 4 quarterbacks. You take Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. You put them in a bag. You toss them up and down like a shake and bake, and you dump them out. Whatever order they fall out in, that's the order they are. I don't care 1 through. I don't care 1 through 32. They can put list Burrow at 32. Who gives a shit?
I would give.
But you know what I mean. Like that
doesn't change. It doesn't mean.
But like the top 4 guys, there's an argument to be made, and I think actually Pat Mahomes is probably the one who's closest to 4 than he is to 1. But those other 3 guys, Josh Allen is a goddamn beast. Lamar Jackson is amazing. His running ability and the fact that he's still able to run this well after, what is he, in season 7 or whatever the hell he is. And he's improved his passing to where he's a really good pocket passer. We know what Joe Burrow can do. And Pat Mahomes has won multiple Super Bowls as the leader of a team. Like, put any of those 4, and I don't care the order. Now, there's a big drop off from 4 to 5, and I think that Hurts is probably 5th, but Hurts isn't asked to do as much. And that doesn't mean he can't, but he isn't asked to do as much as the other guys. And it's not even a knock against him.
No. And the thing is, I'll put another reason I put Joe above them is he's won the big games. I mean, Josh
Yeah.
Allen has not won the big games, and we're talking about the playoffs. Josh Allen has not won the big games. Lamar Jackson has not won. He's went backwards in the big games.
He struggled, and also he's gotten screwed by awful coaching that absolutely just chicken shit out and stop running the ball when they struggle in the first drive.
Either way, I've seen him make some just dumbass throws in the playoffs too. Where
I'm not disputing, but
yeah,
having Greg Roman as your coordinator for several years, just in his dumbass play calls and everything, like that wasn't doing him any favors either.
Right.
But
so my point that's another point of why I would put Burrow up there. Now if you're judging things by Super Bowls like everybody does, you would have to put Mahomes and Hurts above him because Mahomes got 3, Hurts has got 1. Joe doesn't have any yet. My keyword is yet, because I think that's going to happen. And the other thing, I'll throw out to you this year. So Joe Burrow arguably could have won, should have won maybe the MVP last year. They gave it to Josh Allen because it felt like it's they get like I said, you got these 4 guys. You got Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. Those are the 4 for the last 5-6 years. Those are the 4, and Lamar's won it, Patrick's won it, now Josh has won it. Now, since Joe had the great year he had last year and didn't win it because the team made the playoffs and everything, I think he would have won it. Do you think, because it felt like last year, not that Josh didn't deserve it, and I'm not saying he didn't deserve it, but it felt more like, well, Josh hasn't won it yet. Lamar's won it. It's time for Josh to win it. That's kind of, and I don't want to say that they're going to sit there and go, well, it's time for Joe to win it because we really should have gave it to him last year, but we gave it to Josh. But it might be that way if Joe has a really good year like he did last year. That they might go, it's Burrow's time to win it. What do you think they think like that, or it felt like it last year? I'll put it that way.
I don't know, because I think Lamar had his best season as a pro, and this is a guy who's won 2 unanimous MVP awards. And I think he had a better season than he's ever had. And I think he had a better season than Allen. And I think he gave to Allen just out of a little bit of exhaustion. Voting exhaustion is real. I think if Burrow had a 11 or 12 win team, then I think he would have gotten it because he put up crazy, insane stats on a team that's winning the division or, close to winning the division.
So, question.
Unfortunately, they take wins and losses, team wins and losses into it, and that doesn't matter. That doesn't make them more or less valuable. And without Burrow, Bengals are 4-13 with that team.
So, question. And I thought about this, and I got orange colored sunglasses when I asked this question. If the Bengals had a better season, say they won 2 more games last year, and they were easily making the playoffs, does Josh Allen still win that MVP, or does Joe take it from him? I think Joe takes it from him because of the freaking year he had. It was unbelievable.
Well, that's kind of the point I was just making. I think that, and again, Josh Allen was not a bad choice. You look at his numbers and you look at how good that team is and just how good he is. There's no wrong answer. Again, any of those 3 last year, Lamar, Josh, or Joe, any of those 3, you put them in, you put them like their teams are the same blind resumes and same records and everything, and those guys are going to split the vote 3 ways.
I agree with this.
But
the $5 super chat there, fuzzy balls. If Josh Allen had the Bengals offensive line, he would throw 20 picks. And he'd have
to make an adjustment. I mean, but that's also part of it. These guys would make an adjustment, like playing with. Like, I'm not saying he'd be as good. No. My point is, he couldn't play the way that he plays. He'd have to play a totally different. That's my point. That's my point.
But I'll say I don't know if Josh Allen can play any differently. That's the way Josh plays. He plays recklessly and is a gunslinger, and that's the way he plays. I don't know if he could change to do that. He'd get the ball out of his hand. Like, I don't know where he is in terms of quickest, snap to throw in the league. But I think Burrow's better.
What's that?
I think Burrow's more accurate than he is too.
Burrow's one of the in terms of being able to put the ball in spots. Burrow's number 1. Like, I know Baker was a little more accurate last year, but you're talking 71% to 70% completion percentage. Both of those are ridiculous. Nobody puts the ball in places consistently like Burrow does, and that's like legitimately like true from anyone like the actual like film crunchers. Burrow puts the ball in places no other quarterbacks can put them in a catchable position more than anyone else.
Just talk to Ja'Marr Chase, because if you guys watch the Netflix series Quarterback, Ja'Marr Chase is talking about how the game-winning overtime touchdown in Dallas, where he threw it to his back shoulder so he could plant his leg and spin. Joe put it right where he needed it. I mean, that's not everybody could do. Maybe Josh Allen could. I don't know. But Joe does it all the time. 90% of his balls are right where they're supposed to be.
Well, and it's like it's one thing to throw it where the ball is supposed to be so that he can catch you, but it's a matter of throw it on time, because those two have like they've thrown so many, like they played pitch and catch so many times. The Burrow knows exactly where to throw it so that Shemar can plant his foot and catch the ball while his left foot is planting to be able to turn upfield, make a move, and then he's gone. But like what's funny about that play is it never looked like Shemar was running.
No,
like he was gliding, and like he's in the open field, and like you have other defenders. You've got safety, I think a linebacker, coming over his way after the throw, because there's a throw at the flat, and he was just gliding, and no one caught up to him but I mean it's no one throws the ball like Burrow, and again like it's people ranking them as they are, like actual unbiased people who watch the film that aren't there, that aren't fans. Whoever they rate first, that's the type of play style that they prefer. That's it.
Yeah, and I people would have a hard time arguing against me on this. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase is the best QB quarterback in the league, I think. I mean, you got Triple Crown winner, and I mean, I don't see how you can't argue against that. Let's see here, Dustin. Rankings is for low IQ fans to get fired up. Who gives a crap? Just win, baby. Burrow is cleared in one fashion, no ball. I just get fired up.
That's exactly it. It's about, because you need to drum up conversation because there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, it's rank season. That's exactly why you have shows like this to talk about. But I mean, it's still, I mean, you can call me a low IQ fan if you want. It still irritates me. Because I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, like, seriously, do you watch? Did you see his numbers? Do you see what he did last
year? And you want everyone to like understand, or I mean, obviously no one's going to see things the exact same way that us as fans are going to. Like, we're obviously going to see them a little more optimistic, but like, I mean, you want your guys to get the respect that you feel they deserve. And I mean,
and I think, and honestly, I think Joe does. It's just the guy I don't even want to say the guy's name, but he's on ESPN radio, and he just says dumb crap about Joe Burrow.
You must be much more specific, because that's literally all that they have on ESPN and FS1.
He's the guy on the morning show. He's the radio. Everybody knows who I'm talking about. He's an idiot. I don't even want to say his name.
Again, you must be more specific.
But trust me, most people know who I'm talking about. Let's see here, Jeremy. My favorite was Chase at the corner of the end zone where he threw the ball. Yes, before Chase even got into his cut. Absolutely beautiful. They have that on the quarterback too. He's literally like a bat, just like here, and the ball's gone, and then Shemar turns.
Yeah, right to the front pile. No, but the best, and I think Burrow. If you watch quarterback, the one that Burrow said was the best throw, or I don't know if Burrow said it was the best throw, but it was the Chase in the back corner of the end zone, and he threw it right over top of, I think it was the safety and the cornerback's outstretched hands. And just dropped it right in the bucket. Tap, feet in, touchdown. Only a handful of guys are throwing that pass, much less completing it.
So Dustin says I have a low IQ now. Now Augie's call me a virgin now because I get upset about it. Oh my goodness! I know you guys are kidding. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's see here. Joe has 5 years experience with both Shemar and T. No, the quarterback has that.
I mean, he's got 6 years with Shemar.
Yeah,
2 years at 2 years, and he's going into his 5th year now with Shemar.
Well, because they're awesome together. I mean, and they wanted to stay together. So I mean,
I do find it funny that like they're used against each other in terms of like, well, Joe's only good because Shemar, or like, because he has Shemar and T. And like, that's not how that works. Like, they're both really good.
Exactly. They are very good.
Right. Like, what do you want, man?
It kills me that how good the Bengals, their organization, that kills me. It's impressive. But I wish they were just good at other positions too. How good they are at drafting wide receivers. Me and Cap talked about this yesterday. I'll take the Bengals wide receiver history against any team in the NFL. From Isaac Curtis to Eddie Brown Timmy Green, to Chad T, AJ Green. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Well,
all pro, awesome wide receivers.
It's funny because you look at Jamar Chase came in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Green was there from 2011 to 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Chad was there from 2002 or 2001. 2001. Yeah, 2001 to 2010. Like, none of these guys have overlapped. When did Pickens leave? But he was there
Pickens
until 2000.
99 2000, I think, is when he told
I was gonna say, I think like all these guys like missed each other by like 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, you're talking over 30 years of having like legit number one receivers.
And they've had good tandems. Like you had Chad and TJ. You had AJ Green and Shemar, Muhammad Sanu.
Marvin Jones and Mo Sanu.
Yeah, and you got now you got Chase and T. Like they always
had.
Well,
and then you had Darnay Scott, who was a a crazy deep threat.
Darnay Scott and Carl Pickens, and before they had Eddie Brown and Tim McGree. I mean, they always had good wide receiver talent. I wish they were as good as drafting wide receivers as they were for any other position, because they are awesome at drafting wide receivers.
And quarterbacks, by and large, like you take away the 90s. Like, Bengals have had 3 quarterbacks for 20 some odd years, and they've all been good to great. I mean, Carson Palmer was a good quarterback. He was a turd, but he was a really good quarterback. Like, Andy Dalton was a really good quarterback. Not great, but he was really good. Joe Burrow's great.
Yeah, I was just saying you can throw Carson, or so you got Kenny, Boomer. And
I mean, there was a gap because Boomer was.
You can throw Blake in there. Blake was good for a couple of years. I mean,
yeah, but he wasn't drafted though.
Not true.
I think the Jets drafted, and he came from the Jets organization.
Dustin here said, I just finished American History of Football book, and the first thing Paul Brown did when he started coaching was getting the quarterback autogram and playmakers.
Yeah, you start with the quarterback, and then give him playmakers, and then like I mean, it's I think that's the most effective way to build. You can have a great defense, but if you can't score, you're not going real far. Even back then, 60 years ago, 70 years ago. 80, whenever the fuck you started.
This is what drove me nuts, is when I literally had people arguing with me doing this show to not draft Joe Burrow. They wanted to draft Chase Young out of Ohio State. You win championships by defense. I'm like, yeah, but you got to have a freaking quarterback that win multiple ones, or at least one. Most of you got to have a quarterback.
You need a quarterback that can play football at an efficient level.
Yeah, you have to.
That's all.
I mean, every once in a while you have unbelievable historic defenses, like the 85 Bears or the 2000 Ravens. Yeah.
Right.
They are once in a generation defense. But you got to have that quarterback. You've got
that Ravens team was 25 years ago.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's
like that's the last time I think that's in that era, because Brad Johnson won with the Buccaneers. But again, they had an amazing. I think they might have had almost as good of a defense. That was Derek Brooks. That was Warren Sapp, Rondé Barber, John Lynch.
Brad Johnson wasn't Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer was don't screw up. Brad Johnson was okay.
But I mean, he's Brad Johnson. Like, he's not a franchise quarterback like you have to have nowadays.
Yeah, true. But I mean, like I said, I watched that team a lot because we lived in Florida then. So Brad Johnson was actually a pretty good. I don't want him to put him in there with. I mean, and I like Jimmy McMahon. Jimmy McMahon was, I thought, a good quarterback too. So there's different. Okay, Trent Dilfer was literally don't throw the ball to the other team. Literally, just don't mess up. That's all he had to do.
Augie, that's literally, you are literally correct.
Yes.
2000 Ravens D were killers.
Yes, they were.
Where's the white suit, Ray?
Oh my God, Kevin. Somebody told me that. They got to pick Chase Young over Joe Burrow. I told them they were wrong. Yeah, they're crazy. They're absolutely freaking. Brock Purdy.
You don't.
There you go.
Right.
Brock Purdy. Now, all right. That's interesting. We're almost at the hour mark here, but let's bring that up. This is totally off the Bengals. What's your thoughts on Brock Purdy? I'm not one that says he is a don't mess up quarterback, but
game manager.
He's not a great quarterback.
Yeah. He's a good quarterback. I would put him 6 to 10 tier, maybe 7. Like, no, I mean, he's less dynamic. Like, you have guys that are more dynamic. I'm hesitant to rank Jaden Daniels just because he was awesome last year. He was amazing. But 1 year, teams are going to adjust to what he did, and we'll see how he adjusts. So you can't really properly rank him or any of the rookies from last year. But I mean, he's a good quarterback. Like he's a franchise quarterback. I think
So would you
he's.
put the ball in his hand at the end of the game and have confidence he would win it?
Who's he throwing to? I mean, if he's, I mean, right
Christian
now he just has
McCaffrey
George.
and
Right now he
Deebo
just has George Kittle, and
Chris McCaffrey.
well, yeah, but McCaffrey's hurt every other week.
Well, all right. Let's just talk about what he's had the last couple of years. George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel. He had all three of them. If you had all three of them, would you put it? I mean, he took up to a Super Bowl and lost.
Over, pick him over what? I mean, yeah, I mean, he's won a lot of games.
No. I didn't say pick him over anybody. I said, would you have confidence in him that he could go win the game?
Yeah, I think so. I would.
So to me, that makes more than game manager though. If you have game manager is don't screw up. Game manager is somebody that you go, all right, there you go, it's all on you. We have confidence you can win. Game manager is, all right, guys, let's get the ball back and I'll give it to the quarterback and we'll run it down their throat to win it that way. So
I think of a game manager like a point guard.
Yeah,
a guy who's he's going to distribute. What's that?
Burrow's a point guard.
No, Burrow's out there like the plays that he makes off script, the throws that he makes. No, a game manager to me is somebody
not watching my show. He's literally calling me right now.
What are you doing? Like, look at the clock, dude. I know it's 6:31. Technically, it's an hour-long show, and it ended 90 seconds ago. But whatever.
I should have answered it. What do you want? I'm on the show.
Right, and like, but no, like, I mean, someone who like Andy Dalton is someone who's out there. You get him weapons, and he's going to throw the ball. He's going to get the ball out on time. If you have a decent offensive line. That's to me that's a point guard type quarterback.
Okay, all right.
Not someone who's out there elevating. Like if you're a quarterback, you elevate your teammates. Yep, that's not a game. That's not a point guard.
I got you. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right. On that note, I think we're gonna get the hell out of here. I got one more.
I do have to get my stupid vacation story out after doing it. So,
daggone it. Go ahead. Tell this real quick because I want to, dude. I do this every time I start the show, and I want to you start telling a story. I keep forgetting. But go ahead. Tell us your vacation story and how you went to Florida.
Right. So we had a cruise started Saturday, almost 3 weeks ago. It was at the 28th, I believe. 8-day cruise. Got back the next Sunday. We bought plane tickets, and it was through Frontier, and Frontier sucks, and you've got to pay all this money for the luggage and everything.
Frontier, if you want to sponsor my show, don't listen to the joke. Go ahead.
They don't have the money to sponsor your show. They don't have the money to sponsor a freaking kids t-ball team.
That's my show.
And all the money they charge for the carry-ons, and we or for any of the baggage, checked or carry-ons. And we wanted to bring an extra bag just because we knew we were going to get souvenirs. We were it was a long cruise, lots of stops. We're like, screw it. We're just going to drive. Tickets, like, they're not going to, like, they'll refund the tickets for basically the exact same cost. So we didn't even cancel them because we didn't want them to refund or to resell the tickets because I'm petty. If you're not going to give me money back for my seat, I'm not going to let you go ahead and turn around and sell that seat to somebody else trying to get it last minute. So we're driving, and the plan was to make it down from Cincinnati to around Gainesville. It's about 2.5, 3 hours from Port Canaveral, which is where our cruise is. We get down to Gainesville, and it's like 9 o'clock, 9:30, and we're cruising, like we're making good time. We just got through a really bad thunderstorm and cleared back up. And we're like, screw it, we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna go to Orlando. It's roughly, depending on where you are, it's roughly an hour. Like that's we got to be at the we could board at 11:30, so we could sleep till 9 o'clock, 9:30, get there 10:30, 11 o'clock, and plenty of time. Not a problem. Sweet. No, Jeremy, I wasn't on the Poop Cruise, and I wasn't even on that ship. But that would have been terrible for a couple of days. You're stuck out there with a ship with no running water and electricity. But anyway, so we make it to we get on the Florida Turnpike, and then we come up to make another exit, and I get over in the right-hand lane, and I see a car over on the shoulder with flashers on. Well, as I'm getting over to the right-hand lane, all of a sudden there's a huge ass piece of some kind of car scrap in the road. So of course I hit it. And come to a stop and whatever. Luckily I didn't lose control. I was able to pull over, scared the shit out of my daughter, 10 years old. We get there, and like all of a sudden, like I can tell my car is just absolutely hemorrhaging coolant. which is fun. Something you might need coolant if you're going to drive your car because it overheats in about 3 seconds. The person who had their flashers on was like they saw this stuff and they backed up. Jeff, I can't hear you. Are you talking to me? Oh, he's talking on his phone. So anyway,
I'm back.
so we put it. Okay, I got really confused because I saw your mouth moving. I'm like, is your mic off? Well, what is going on?
Greg kept calling me. I'm like, it's got to be something important, so I had to answer. Go ahead.
It probably wasn't that important. So yeah, so we got over like the person who was on the side of the road was there just trying to was called the cops and said to tell them that there was stuff stuck on the debris in the road, and so she pulled up, saw that we were there, blah blah blah. As we're there, another car hit debris, swerved, hit another car, and had a nice major collision accident. Fun. So while we're off the side of the road. So anyway, police come and everything. We get the thing. Like I'm going to try to limp my car to just try to get to the hotel, and we'll deal with it. Barely get a quarter of a mile, and I can't go any further. I'm in the middle of the turnpike. There's no exits. I got to go get the car towed. We can't get an Uber. We can't get a Lyft because nobody's going to pick you up on the middle of an interstate. Exactly. Luckily, my wife had a friend who lived down there, saved her ass, threw her stuff in her truck, and then took us to the hotel, and then we Ubered to the ship, blah, 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 blah. Car got towed to a GMC dealership. It's a 2023 GMC Acadia. So, yeah, at the right place, a place right there in Orlando.
Yeah.
Said, hey, we talked to insurance. We talked to the service shop on Saturday morning. Like, hey, we're literally going to be out of the country. We're going to be in and out of range. What's the odds that we're going to be able to get this? Any chance that this thing's going to be able to get fixed so that we can drive it back home? Shouldn't be a problem, so long as insurance gets out there to do the adjustment and everything, and we're going to run diagnostics so we know what to order on our part, so we can have everything ready. Well, we're here almost 3 weeks later. We flew back a week and a half home. Thankfully, those tickets that we bought that we didn't sell back because I was petty, we ended up having to use those. We left most of our luggage down there with her friend, which is great because I'm running. I left all of my shorts in there because I thought we'd have them back sooner.
But where's the car at now? Still, where's it at?
Car's still at Orange Buick GMC. Just got a text message from the service rep saying that when was taking the car apart, this was supposed to possibly have been done 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Now on Tuesday, right? We're 17, 18 days after the actual claim, the impact, the injury, and the loss of the car. They finally are taking it apart to start doing the work, and they realized there's more damage. So they had to move it over to the collision center, which was there's a car star in the same dealership. So still don't have my car. I tell people I went on a cruise and came back 6,000 pounds lighter.
Went on a cruise and I lost my car.
Yeah, exactly. So whenever that's done, I get to turn around, fly down to Orlando.
Hey, at least you got
jump
the
in a
ticket
car.
still. You got the ticket
What's
still. You got the ticket still.
Well, no, that's already gone and done.
Oh, you used to fly back up. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, we wouldn't have asked or anything. So I'm probably just gonna fly down. Might just fly by myself. One ticket on Frontier, but it's cheap and I'm not carrying anything except the backpack. And then turn around, get in the car, and then come right back up 900 miles back to Cincinnati.
I've been told if you're going to Florida by yourself as a guy, there's some pretty good strip bars down there. I don't know for a fact, but I've been told that.
I just want to get the fuck back home.
I want my wife's car. Out of here.
Yeah, I want my wife's car in the driveway. That's all I care
about. No Mods Venus for you, huh?
No, isn't that over in Tampa anyway?
I think so, yeah.
I think Tampa was where all that shit was.
Probably. That's just the one I always know. All right, Joe. I hope to God you get your car back sometime soon. We'll have to get an update hopefully next Tuesday on the fate of Joe's car in Florida.
You'll see by the look on my face as to what's going on with it.
Exactly. All right, buddy. Well, I will see you next Tuesday. We will be getting closer and closer to training camp. Rookies are already been reported. So, anything you want to plug or anything before I let you go?
No, there's bacon cooking upstairs, so I'm getting my ass up there. See it.
All right, brother. Take it easy. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I do. I just heard them, Augie. I just heard them. Yeah, that's all it is. Hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. Make sure you go check out Joe and all his stuff that he does. Thanks for watching. I've been live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch. You can follow me on all those, along with Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. I will be pulling a sound over later on tonight. Put it on the podcast on BeanPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Leave a 5-star review and a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. Of course, shout out to the sponsors of the show. They are as follows: Pride Lawn and Landscaping. You need some, I don't know, yard work done, trees trimmed, bushes trimmed, need to mulch, I don't know, anything. And I mean anything. Lawn and landscaping required. Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Don't think it. Call them at 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. You can also follow them on Facebook. Also, shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And of course, Meyer Window, Door and More. Their website's www.meyercincinnati.com for all your window and door needs. I got them in my house. Highly recommend you give them yours. And of course, my favorite brewery, it's Moorline Lager House. We will be doing tailgates down there. Not only road games, but home games. Road and home and road. All the above. Unless there's a bye week on a Sunday or when the Bengals are playing, I am going to be at Moorline Lager House. So I hope you guys come on down, enjoy the fun, drink some delicious Moorline beer, eat some delicious food. Get on down there this Thursday for the Rocket on the Roebling. They're extending the Burger Week, I think, till the end of this week. So get on out there. Moorline Lager House and tell them I sent you. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. I see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's probably going to be the last show of the week because I'm playing softball Thursday. And then Pickens is coming in Friday, and I'm hoping to hang out with him. So if you guys go to Jungle Jam, I'll be there. Stop in and say hey. Remember, Hooday for life. Throw it up. That's just sports, baby. See ya!
Another great show. You guys still here? The show's over. You can come back tomorrow. I'm out of here. See ya.